Happy December, everybody. We're already to the end of the year. Wild. 2025 flew by. Oh, we're starting to see the potential with this ball. What's up, guys? Brunsnick's back. It's time to introduce the Columbia 300 Street Rally. Now, the Street Rally gets a huge upgrade with HK22 CO Formula 1 Pearl, all wrapped around that shifter asymmetric core. Can't wait to see what this does on the lanes for me with SPECTO running, of course. But before we get to all that, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Now, let's see what Street Rally is all about. All right, it's time for the Street Rally. And this is going to be an interesting one because the original Rally was such a strong dig-in, slow response ball. And now it seems like they've upgraded the cover to something that's going to be a whole lot more responsive and a lot more back end. We're going to find out if that's true. Now let's talk about that core, that shifter asymmetric core that was in the original RG 2.478 differential 050 and an intermediate of 015. And talking about that new cover, HK22 Cohesion Squared with the Formula 1 Pro additives. This is a unique looking ball. Rose gold, I think that's a new color. I don't know if that's ever been done in a bowling ball. Black and purple, of course those have always been done. But it is a very neat looking bowling ball. I'm just gonna see if that performs. Bowling on Crown Jewel, favorite house shot, your favorite house shot. Whole bunch of oil in the middle, not a lot to the outside. We're gonna see if we can get in and hook this ball. We're gonna start it out, move it in, got SPECTO running, of course. Let's get this thing started, starting on 15. Let's just get right into this, yeah? Let's see what this ball can do for us. Come on, dink. Well, we don't carry those on this channel, do we? Do we, Clark? No, that's okay. So, already right off the bat, very clean cover. That thing went and skidded a little bit further than I thought it was going to, playing the straight angles, but sometimes I get in that mode where I'm playing them straight. I don't really get that side turn involved till I start moving in, and I'm really active on trying to make it come around that spot. So let's do that. Maybe that's what we do. We're just gonna crank. We're just gonna get around the side of it and let this thing do its thing. Oh, come on, carry all that. That thing came alive. That first shot, I just kind of go into it, nice and roll. That one I got around it and it just goes, whoo! That's a big back end. What a difference that was. From trying to just roll it off my hand to trying to get around the side of it. One more shot here. See if we can't finagle this one in there. Get this thing kind of in the middle of those two and maybe, you know, go flush from this zone. Hook. Ah. All right. Sometimes playing that first zone, too straight for my liking, just doesn't match up well. You guys have seen enough reviews that, hey, that first zone with a resin ball like that, in the House of Pain, that's typically where I start at. But here, with the lane surface and the oil pattern, a lot different. Not a big fan, so let's move into 20. Got some schmutz on me. Get off, schmutz. Happy December, everybody. We're already to the end of the year. Wild. 2025 flew by. Oh, almost 8-pin, but there was plenty of that could go around. Something took it off from the left. Ball ended up hitting it from the right. But now we're starting to see the potential with this ball. And I can already tell way more back end than the original Rally. That one had cohesion, if I remember right. But it also had a load of other additives that kind of made it smooth. Great in oil, dig in. We don't want that with this one. We want this one to go rear or brr in the winter. That's a good one, brr. Ah, it's in. Will it hold? Nope. Yeah, no shot. Pinch that in. So that means we got to get the next one out, right? Fair's fair. So from that angle, not quite enough launch to hold that pocket. Maybe when we get into like 30, that'll probably hold. But this thing is a heat seeker for dry boards. If you don't give it enough room, then it's gonna go off on you. One more shot. Let's send this out a little further right. Not to the gutter, just to like 5 board maybe, I don't know, 5, 6. Rude. Rude, rude, rude. I think it's time for an adjustment. Got about 10 inches of snow last night here in Michigan. It's time to put in a piece of tape. Sometimes that's the best adjustment you can make. Feel like maybe I'm squeezing it. I've already added one earlier. We're adding another because when it's cold, hand goes down. Let's move into 25. I think I'm gonna need, yeah, snugger thumb for sure feels good. When you start squeezing, leave 10 pins. Don't do that, don't squeeze. Oh. Snug thumb, and carries the 10. This is no surprise to me, okay? For pretty much eternity on this channel, bowling balls that are pearl, asymmetric, are typically always gonna be better from further in for me. That's it. That's just how it works. I need a little bit of angle on the front for it to come off the spot hard on the back. It needs room to do that, room to breathe. All right, let's throw another shot there. Feeling good, in a good zone right now. So far, after that one shot, I already feel a little more confident with what this is gonna do on the next shot. I can get cute with it now, look at this. Got out even wider, recovered, still had enough, even though it came behind the head pin so much, still had enough to snap it out. I'll take that all day. So, when it's coming behind the head pin like that, I haven't gone high flush quite yet. We can take the speed down a little bit. We can do all that, but bring the speed down. Let's see what this ball can really do. This is called dialing it in. Small adjustments to be able to tweak the ball and do it what you want. We go dead flush. 25, amazing. Let's see if 30 looks any better. I'm thinking it might. I'm gonna keep that speed down, keep around it, watch this ball do its thing. When I first saw this ball, I wasn't sure what to make of it. Sometimes when the original one is a certain way, you're like, all right, well, how is that gonna be different? Because the core plays a role in it, but cover stock is everything. Cover stock's like 75%. All right, we're in a 30. 75, 80% of your total reaction sitting there, right on the shelf. That's what you get. That's what you pick a ball based off of. It's got a hook. Oh yeah. Waiting for it to read. Waiting for it to read. When it did, I saw it. Very easy to read. Those colors blend well. That rose gold this is kind of like an indicator. The purple and black just kind of blend. But that color sticks out for sure. All right. Now let's get a little more confident here. Let's throw one with a little more authority, not more speed. Let's just get the hand involved more at the bottom. Get around it more. Oh no. Oh, sent that out to no man's land. What do you say, Specto? Is that out to like 4 board, 3 board? Wrap 10 from that angle? Crazy. All right, we don't want to throw it out that far. When I got the hand involved, that also, I guess, meant let's project the ball even more and give it some more launch angle. Awesome. Let's do it again. Not that, but let's do that same thing we just did, but maybe keep the eyes in more. I want to see that ball hit when I get that in a better zone down lane. Maybe. Yeah. Oh! Yeah, that was not going to hold. Sparky, which is good to see, because rally way over here. Now you got street rally way over here. So you want them to be polar opposites. You know what I mean? You don't want 2 bowling balls to be that close. These ones are not. Let's move into 35. I think that was 3 shots. Felt like 3. Let's get in the last zone here. See what slow hook looks like on this ball now. Yes. Oh, my gosh. Took a little too much off. This might be one of the most skid flip back inning balls around. Columbia was just waiting for it. They've come out with a lot of smooth rolling bowling balls, pulse, rally, all that stuff. Very smooth control. And then they bring this thing out at the end of the year. Like, hey, we still do skid flip. Wild. Even the ricochet return, symmetrical ball, it was pretty rolly for what it was. All right, let's try it again. That's better. Almost 9-pin, split the 8-9 there. Yeah, on a fresh pattern, trying to cover too many boards sometimes with a pearl that's skid flippy can be hard to control. I've gone through the face more often than not on my misses because the ball just comes off that spot and completely changes direction on me, which is great. Because certain balls you want that to be happening. Some balls you want to control. I'd like to see a little bit more breakdown before I get to a ball like this, and I can throw it to the dry without worrying about overthrowing it, stuff like that. One more shot here. Little loft. Great. Definitely holds its own from the inside. More angle I gave it, the seams, more I liked it. So I'm gonna go back to 25. That was the first zone where I really felt like I was getting matched up for the pattern. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's throw one more shot there and we'll wrap up this video. That's a good spot. 25, a little more speed. Hopefully out to like 6 board. And let's end it. Oh, not quite out to 6 board, but just goes to show you when your feet are in the right spot, good things happen. So that's all for the Columbia 300 Street Rally. Cool looking ball and a very skid flippy ball, completely different from the original. Hope you learned a lot. Check out the merch on Inside Bowling, and as always, check out the crew. Memberships are available to you. Trying to get to 40K by the end of the year. It's gonna take a tall order. Tell 3 friends, have them subscribe. Talk to you guys next video.